Morning, Mads.
Good morning. How are we today?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. It's a very dark day today, isn't it?
Yeah, very dismal. Definitely the winter weather. We're back here again for another
Yeah.
bite-sized webinar.
And welcome everyone. Let's see, there's a few people still joining. I think we should just kick off really. We've got such a jam-packed day of webinar. Not day, don't worry, we're not keeping you here all day. First thing in the morning. So welcome everyone. Welcome back to Alto Bitesize. In today's webinar, we're looking at mastering your letter templates in Alto. So today's session will give you a clear, practical overview of creating, editing, and managing letter templates within Alto. We want to equip you with the key steps and confidence to ensure your client communications are professional, consistent, and time efficient. So I'm Emma and I'm a senior education expert here at Alto, and I'm joined by Madeline, who's one of our Alto software trainers. So today we are giving you a jam-packed session. So it should be really, really valuable. And as we said before, you'll have the recording afterwards so you can refer back to it. But we're going to be taking a look at, it's all demo session, accessing letter templates in Alto, creating and setting up new templates, editing and managing existing templates, finalizing and sending your letters, and then a Q&A afterwards. So it really is a full demo for you, so you should get loads out of it. I am going to hand straight over to Mads to jump into the demo.
Thank you very much.
Stop sharing for you and you can share away.
Thank you very much. So you've got me going to be going through the letter templates, and this comes off the back of, we get a lot of feedback, people sort of not quite unsure how to populate these letter templates, how to create their own templates, especially things like terms of business, your own tenancy agreements. So we thought we'd come in sort of today and we'll just give you sort of a good overview of how you can do all this. Just want to double check my screen is sharing before I get going and talking away. So Emma, can you see my screen okay?
Yeah, all good.
Perfect. Okay, so finding your letter templates in the first instance is you would need to go, so you can see here I'm on the main dashboard. So from the main dashboard, you've got your little toggle up the top here, and you've got your templates and admin. In your templates and admin area, under your app tools and under your publisher templates, this is where you're going to find all your letter and stationery templates. So normally when you get your Alto database, you've got like a pack of letter templates and you've also got your stationery templates as well. But the good thing is you can actually create your own templates in here as well. But first things first is you're able to refine these down by the type of letter, or by the type, sorry, whether it's your stationery or your letters, what branch it might be associated to. You can filter it down between your brands. You can also filter it down between an event, because as you may be aware, within Alto, your letters, you can either have an ad hoc or you can have an event-driven letter. And you can also break it down between whether it's a sales or rental only. Just to navigate this area a little bit further, you've also got here, so you can see these ones that just look like with a piece of paper with the corner folded over. That is your stationery templates, which you can actually create your own stationery templates, but we're not really going to kind of dive into that today. We're more looking at the letter templates. But generally, when you've got your Alto database, you have got your own stationery templates set up already for you. The ones that kind of have these 3 lines, or if you could call it like a burger look or something like that, that's actually your letter templates. That's the best way I could describe it, like a burger as well. So that's all your letter templates that you do have. Under the actions button, this is where you're able to go in and you can create your letter template, or you can create your stationery templates. So what I'm going to do now, I kind of navigated you, showing you exactly where to find them, how to filter them down. So like I said, between stationery and letters, between branches, brands, events, and whether they're sales or rent. Because when you're setting these letters up, this is how you can link them to a branch, to a brand, to an event, if it's an event-driven letter, or whether it's a sales or rent letter only. So moving into the next step is where I'm now going to take you through to creating your own brand new letter template. To do this, you're still in the same screen. You're not moving away from anywhere. You would simply just go to the actions here. As you can see, you've got 2 options. You've got to create a stationery template, I'll click in here just to show you what it looks like. So if I go in here and just share this tab, there we go. You should be able to see now, this is where you can go in and you can create a stationery template for yourself. So you can sort of adjust if you want a brand new one with different logos on, or you just want it set for yourself. Okay, but we're not actually going to be sort of going into that side of it today. Back to this screen again, if we go back to the actions, okay, we're going to go in and we're actually going to create a brand new letter template today. When you click on this, here we go, you should be able to see here now, you've got what we call the letter template wizard. From here, you've actually got 3 different options. You've got a new ad hoc template, you can create a new event-driven template, or you can actually copy one of your existing templates and then amend it, okay? What I'm going to go through today is I'm going to go through an ad hoc template, because quite a lot of feedback what we get is regards to agency agreements, terms of business. So this is how I'm going to show you how to create this. And also you can do exactly the same if you need to bring in your own on the letting side, for example, you need to bring your own tenancy agreement across as well. So first step is we're going to create our new ad hoc template. So we're going to select this. This will then grays out, and then we can just simply click next. And then you've got your branch default. Okay, so this has been set to a branch default, but I'm going with Faulkner Homes today because this is the one that I want to associate it to. And then just simply click finish. Then what you'll find is it brings you into just a blank screen. It looks so much similar to Word. It pretty much is the same as Word, but this is where you can now come in and bring your template in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've already got a pre-written agency agreement, and you'll probably find that is something that you have as well, which you can just simply copy and paste it in, but then you can do all the editing side of it as well. But just going along the top here, you've got all your options that you would normally have. So your file, your edit, your view, your inserts, your formatting, any tools if you need to put tables in, and then obviously some help if you need some help. You've also got a little question mark over there, which is giving you a bit of, you can click on that, which gives you a pop-up to give you help how to use this particular tool. You've got your capitalizations, you've got where you're able to insert any links in. Again, you can add tables, page breaks, but some of these are kind of sort of highlight as we're going through when I put my terms of business in. Special characters, as you can see, bullets as well. You've got insert checkboxes. Then you've got all your bit where you can align everything as well. And then you've got your configuration, preview, and the most important thing from this today is the merge codes. The merge codes are the essential part of this for when you're populating these letters. It pulls through the relevant information, whether it be from your property record or your contact record, or from the tenancy side of it. And then, of course, you've got your usual standards, your bold, italic, underlining, your strike throughs, paragraphs, system, font, and the sizes as well. So if we get moving on with this, I'm just going to bring across here. Oh, that's not what I needed to bring across. Bear with me. The wrong thing just copied on the other side then. So
at least it's a registration link for this event.
There you go. If you caught that quick enough, you'll be able to see the registration link. There we go. Oh, and so you'll see here, hopefully I need to make this screen slightly smaller on my side as well, I think as well. So you'll be able to see here that I've brought in my actual agreement. Okay, so this is my agreement for my agency agreement that I've copied and pasted over from my own Word document as well. And it's got in here, it's got my Faulkner, the title of my business, and it's got these details that I want to add in. On the right hand side over here, we've got your template config. So this is where, just move that out of the way, this is where you've got where you can configure it to your branch, your brand, your stationery. So you can see here that I've already associated it to Faulkner Homes. And then I might want to select this, whether this is sale or rent. And then you've also got a pre-tick. This is more associated to your event-driven letters. So when you're going through particular events on Alto, it will be a pre-ticked document to open up when you're opening up your agreements. On this side, you've also got your preview. So this is where you're able to see how this looks as if when you're going to populate it for your finished document. So going through here, you can see this is actually formatted really well, this one. Sometimes you'll find it won't always format how you want it to, but what I did is when that came up, I don't know if you saw that pop up, it said keep to something, and then it also said keep formatting. So this one is formatted exactly how I want it to look. But if you needed to format, you've also got your format tools up here as well. So the next essential part of this is now adding in those essential merge codes, which are going to pull through that relevant information that you need. You can either put in hashtag like this, and it will bring that box up for you to be able to search it. So I could put in here, I don't know, if we just put owner address as an example. You can use owner address, you can use property address, but I think the best one for this would be property address. And you'll see there is a whole list of codes that have come up. So you've got the option to do the address for the property. You can set it in a block form as well, but there's lots of different options that you can use. My other recommendation is on our help center, there is actually an article for this that actually will break down all the merge codes that actually are available for your letter templates as well. I don't know, Emma, if you can maybe find that and add that in the chat for people.
I'll find it now and I'll pop that.
I think it's a really, really essential thing to have in there as well. So you can see here, for example, I've got my first merge code in for my property address. Then I'm going to look to find the owner one. Like I said, you can either do the hashtag on your keyboard, or you've also got the option to click on merge codes here for you to find that relevant merge code. Okay, so if I just go owner name. Okay, so if we go here, owner name, it always seems to populate like the numbers above, but if I go here, because I've only got one owner, and then I can put in the date. The date would be something that you would manually put in on this for this side of it. I've got my agency name, and then you've got your parts here, which you can go in and add any further merge codes as well. So this one, for example, is my estate agency name. So here, if I just take that out, I can look for the merge code to say agency name. If I just go in, bear with me, find the relevant code for this one as well. So you can see there's different ones in here. I'm just trying to find the relevant one that I need. So it's not actually coming up with the one that I want on here for this morning as well. So, I mean, you would find the merge code in here. Like I said, you've got the list of merge codes that you need in there. So at this point, I'm just, rather than sort of mulling backwards and forwards, I'm just going to put my agency name in here. Okay. Okay. And then you've also got instructed by you, the property owner. So again, I'm just going to put in here that same merge code for my property owner. Okay, so put owner, and we'll find that relevant merge code for that one as well. Get to it. Okay, so we've got our relevant merge code in here for our owner name. So I've put my agency name in there. I'm just going to make that into bold as well, just to show you how you can amend this. Okay. Then we've got here, generally this is just like basic details. So we've got here, I've set this agency agreement up because it covers me for my sales and my lettings, just as an example if I'm both. Okay, so I've got my sales only, my lettings only, I've got combined sales and lettings as well, and then agency types as well. You've then got any fees, and there are merge codes for your fees as well. So if I go in and I'll find the sale fee one, so I can put in here sale fee, and you've got a relevant few options here. I've got a sale fee discounts, sale fee including VAT as well, but you'll see under each merge code there is also a little description which will be really beneficial to help you on that side of it. So if you go in here, I've got that one in there, and then you've got here other things that you might need to add. What I'm going to show you once I've created this document anyway is going into a document and being able to edit it before you send it as well. So you don't need to worry too much if there isn't a merge code that is relevant for it or you can't find it. You can actually manually edit it before you send it. So going through, what I can do over on the right hand side now is I just want to have a quick preview of how this looks. So I'm opening it up on the full screen. and you should be able to see here, this is how it's formatting. But straight away, I've noticed one thing on this is that this part here, for example, is crossing between 2 pages. So a little tip on this side is where it said in there under the, if I go back to the full screen, where it said here for the lettings only, I want that to sit on 1 page rather than it being broken between the 2 pages. So what I'm going to do is where the lettings only is I'm literally going to stick in here, just above here, I'm going to put in a page break. Okay, then what that should do, if I just quickly give that full screen, that should break that between the 2 pages. So you can see now that's dropped into the next page. So rather than it splitting between the pages, and you can see going further down here, I've got all this one as well that's broken in between the different pages. So that's how you can go through and make sure that all sits on the correct pages as well. Once you're happy with your document, I'm just going to add the bit in the bottom as well for our e-sign. So if we go to the bottom, we can also add in here your option for your e-signatures as well. So I'm just going to put in e-signature for my vendor. And then you've got option 2 if you've got a second one. The date, you can see my dates haven't formatted on here properly, but the date will automatically populate because it's like a block merge code, which will automatically, when you're sending it out for e-sign, it will automatically input the date in for you as well. Okay. And then you've also got your agent signatures as well here. Okay, so you can add all those bits in. Once you're ready, you need to give it a title as well. So we'll just put in Faulkner Homes, we'll just put TOB as in terms of business, and then simply just save it. I can see that I want it selected to just my branch as well. So let's just find my branch on here. And then also what brands that I want it associated to as well. And then want to do my stationery template. So I'm just going to click all brands and then my stationery. And I want to select this to be sales and rent. Then I can simply just save that and then come out of it. Okay. If I give this a little refresh, this now should be available within here. So I'm just going to do, just to find it on here. You'll see here, if I just scroll down, we've got Faulkner Homes here, terms of business. So that is a brand new template created, and that is an ad hoc template. The other thing what I also said that you can do is you can also go in and do exactly the same when you're creating your letter template, and you might want to create it linked to a particular event. Same process, but you're just linking it to an event. Or if I want to create an existing one. The next step that I'm going to show you is editing an existing template. So if you've got a template on here that you want to edit, it is just a quite straightforward process of just going into that particular template that you want, opening up, I'm just going to go back in and use the same one as well, and just going in and making any edits that you need to make, okay, whether it would be anything that you want to put in. Just remember, this is the template, this isn't the one that you're populating from a property record or a contact record. So you don't want it, if you don't want it to save as a permanent thing, don't add that information in because you may need to change particular information. You would just simply go in and go through the same process of putting in your page breaks. You might want to add in tables. So I'm just going to put in the page break in here again, just to show you how I'm changing this. Okay, so I've got a page break in there and just simply save the edited document. Okay. The other point that I've got to show on here, so it's going through obviously editing your documents as well, obviously creating your new document, whatever you need to do. But this will now save in your system administration under your letter templates. And we can see here, for example, if I go back into here, I can go through and I can search here, for example, all my letters that are underneath. That's got not an event, and then we can see here I've got Faulkner Homes terms of business now available under here. Okay, the next step that I'm going to show you is in regards to populating these letters from particular records as well. So whether you want to populate a letter from a business record, from a property record, sorry, a business, that's business in my head there. Whether you want to populate it from a property record or a contact record or a tenancy record. in this case, I've done terms of business. We already know in regards to now from our previous webinar that your terms of business is available on your property workflow under Keyflow within Alto. So if I went into one of these, I could go in, and now I've actually got this to be able to populate it and send it off to the actual vendor of this property. So if I just put in TOB, you'll see here, this is where I can populate it for the property side of it to send my terms of business. Okay, so if I want to confirm that I'm using that one, and I can generate that document. Once that's generated, I'm going to open it up, but also I'm going to show you how to generate a document from an individual contact record as well, and from a tenancy record. Because we do get a lot of questions in regards to where do we create the tenancy agreement, where do we send this letter from, where do we do this? So kind of today's purpose was to show you where to create that original template and then where you can actually populate that from afterwards. It's taking its time to generate on here. So here we go. We've got a generation, and then I can go in, and this is where you can go and do any editing as well. So you can review and edit anything that you need to edit. You can finalize it and then send it out. Okay. So the next point is generating it from a contact record. So I can go into a contact record, go into documents, and I can simply write a letter. I can choose between a timeline entry, another little tip that I'm going to show you in a minute, or I can actually go in and do an ad hoc one as well. And this is where I can pick what template that I want to use as well. Okay, so we can see here which one I want to actually use. I've got my terms of business in there. Click on next, and then I can populate and send the letter. Again, even though I did it from here, you can still populate any letters from this point of the documents as well. And then also within the tenancies, you've got exactly the same. You can go in and you can write a letter and choose whether you want to use it from a timeline entry or create and populate an ad hoc one. Okay. And as I said, in regards to, I'm just going to do it from here. But if I was going to go and do the terms of business one, if I open this up, this is where I can actually see it on here. Okay, so I can see a preview of it. But like I said, when you open it up, you're able to do that. It's stuck on my screen now. You're able to make any edits, so you can go in and do any editing that you need to do. So I'm just going to open it up in here again because it stayed on my screen for some reason. Okay, so we go Thornton Homes, next, and then you would put in your associated contact, which is going to be my owner. Okay, let's move this. I need to make my screen slightly smaller because it's taking that out from where I can see it. If we click on finish, you can see it's opened up my letter for me, and this is where I can go and make any edits that I need to make as well. So I can put in my contract terms, so 16 weeks, and then whatever I need to edit, you can save it and then finalize it. You can send it off here for e-sign as well. Okay. So let me just bring that back out. The other thing that you can do, if it's been an event-driven letter as well, I can go into one of my properties and I can just go in. Let me just go for sale. Let's go sold. What you can actually do is go into a property. You can go into the timeline, and I can break it down between offers as an example. And on my name, all I did there was I left-clicked twice, and then it opens up those letters that I'd already sent out, or I'd already just maybe closed it down because I didn't want to send it at that point. So I can repopulate those letters to send out and open up the documents from here. And the other option that you've got is you can go into your main dashboard, and you can go down into your letter rack and find that particular letter that you need to repopulate, and you can send that, open it out, and do what you need to do, finalize and send. That is me done.
Amazing. I'm wondering whether we stay in here to do our Q&A. Just it might be easier if I know we've that sort of swapping bits around again, but just in case you need to show anything. That's good with you. We've had a couple of questions coming in, and we had two on letterhead. How to add our letterhead? Yes, please. How do I add our letterhead to stationery? Is that
okay?
Easy?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. So in your tools and your templates and admin, You would need to put your media within your branch level as well. So what you can do, that should have all been set up anyway. You should have that all been set up by design as well. But when you're stationary, you can go to actions and you can create a stationary template. Okay. If I click on OK, you can either clone a template as well that you've already got, but you could just create one. And then in there is when you would select on here, you can add a section, and then you would take your library image and then choose from the library image in here. And I'm just going to go here. So I've got that, and you'll see here, that's got my logo at the top.
Oh, I was only seeing your stationary screen then. Sorry, the letter template.
Let me see. Okay, sorry. Right, let me just take that out quickly. So in here, we've created we've got the stationary template. I'm going to add the section. Can we see the right screen now? Yeah. Library, and then we will go into find my, there it is. There we go. There's my logo because it's set up in my media, in my branch, and then I can just simply add it on that way.
Amazing. And we actually we did a stationary editing webinar ages ago, didn't we? Like, oh God, last year maybe even. So maybe it's one that if that's something people would like to see, we can add that into the schedule to redo
Next year.
Yeah, early next year, if that would be helpful. We've only got a couple of minutes, so I'll just probably do one more question. But like I've put in the chat, keep the questions coming in because we will follow up with all of them afterwards, and we'll send that to everyone as well, so none of them will be missed. One came in from Julie. We would like to know how to send a compliance letter, i.e. gas safety renewal, to all of our landlords from the property management dashboard. When selecting the gas safety from the property dashboard, it brings up a list of renewals in the next several months. There is an option to email all landlords. We want to send a letter, not a standard email, as we cannot insert merge codes. How do you get the choice of sending a letter instead of an email?
There is no, you can't actually do that. That's the point for this dashboard as well. As far as I'm aware, you can't, but this is something really good for our development team, isn't it, as well? From this point, this is where we would utilize using those email templates. However, you can put the merge codes in and they will work on when you're sending out bulk emails from this dashboard, not from if you were doing it from a group of tenants or a group of properties, but if you were doing it from here and you had those merge codes added in, if I just went into email or tenants as an example, let's just tell me I haven't got all. When you create these letter email templates, if I just take this one as an example, and then if I go into, can you see this screen okay that I'm sharing? You'll see here we've got merge codes added in, but these are the ones that are available for your bulk email. And there is also a list of those on the help center as well that you can actually refer back to, but they only do work when you're bulk emailing from that dashboard. Unfortunately, I don't think there is actually a way of sending bulk letters out to a group of like contacts as well.
So you're better off maybe trying to set up an email template to look like a letter, and then it will have that same format. Oh, sorry, Mads, carry on.
No, but you can really make this on brand in those email templates as well. But this is something that we could maybe come and focus back on one of our webinars next year as well. We can come and visit this again.
Absolutely. I will just move us on because we're on 10:29, so I'm going to be keeping you a minute or two over. I don't want to go too much over. But if Mads, if you stop sharing, and I'll just quickly share my screen again for you, just so you can see this. So yeah, like I said, we will round off any questions that haven't been answered, so don't worry about that. I just want to give a little shout out to our partner of the month. This month is Tapta. So it's actually, Tapta's a secure multi-channel and multi-party messaging platform. It's designed for estate agents to consolidate all communications. So that's WhatsApp, SMS, email, and it puts it all into one platform, and it's there to support the entire customer journey and internal team chats as well. It seamlessly integrates within Alto, so there's no sort of worries there in using it because it pulls through everything within Alto as well as incoming messages from your customers. And it has the ability to loop in third parties like conveyancers via email as well. And there's even options for fully integrated ID verification, AML checks, document signing. It's a one-stop shop. So we always like to shout out one of our partners, just because there's so many there that you might not know where they are. Tapta is actually solving a major challenge that I'm sure some of you have faced in using non-compliant personal messaging accounts for business. And that actually breaks data protection laws and poses a cybersecurity risk. So it's something to be really conscious about if you're not already. Tapta allows teams to safely use their personal mobile devices for work without compromising that data security. You'll see there at the bottom, Tapta's offering a 28-day free trial and free setup. So let us know if you want to any more information on that, if you would be interested in the free trial, or if you just want to hear more about them. Pop a message in the chat that just says Tapta, and then we can get back to you. Also, if you want to browse the other integrations that are available to you and just see what's out there, you can find them all within Alto. They're under the tools section to the right of the help button, and then you click integrations. You can literally go through there and look by category and just see what we've got available if you want to add anything on. We would have gone to the Q&A section, but obviously we did that already, so I'll skip forward. Just want to shout out Alto Skills as well. I did put that as an answer to one of the questions. You can actually, under Explore, you've actually got the option to book webinars and watch previous webinars as well. So all of our bite-sized webinars that we've previously had are all on there. The ability to book on for next ones are on there as well. But also there's all the e-learning you could possibly need for everything to do with Alto. So all really short bite-sized little snippets. So check that out as well. You've all got single sign-on, and we've recently changed it so that you can access it from the help center, from Alto, under the help button, by the help center. You've got Alto Skills there as well. And from there, you can also access the help center, where I've obviously shared a couple of articles already for you. It's got loads of step-by-step articles on there. If you need a problem sorting quickly, that's quite a good one just as a first port of call. If you want to learn more about Alto and learn the things that maybe you don't know so much about, that's when you might go to Alto Skills. So they're there to suit you, really. We've also got bespoke training offering, and so if you want to speak with one of our lovely trainers like Mads, and have a bit like today's session, just a sort of a one-to-one of going through everything on a certain subject that suits you, there's loads and loads of training offerings there. You can scan the QR code, or like we said, under the Docs tab on the right hand side where the chat section is, chat, messages, docs, Q&A. Under the docs you should find the link for that as well, so you can book on there if you want to. So we are wrapping up now. I managed to suddenly whiz that all into just a couple of minutes, so hopefully we're not running too late. You do have the opportunity to win an elite training session. So one of those training sessions that I just showed you. This one's top one worth £264. And it's really simple. All you have to do is leave us feedback, and we want honest feedback. We want to know what works for you, what you'd like to see in other webinars. So scan that QR code, or again, head to Docs and find the feedback form that's in there. And our prize draw is actually next week. Yeah, only a week away, when we have our next and final webinar of the year. You'll see the banner, it should have popped up on the screen just below. Our next and final webinar is a 2025 rewind, looking at key processes and Alto changes. And basically anything that's changed within the year, we're going to be just highlighting, taking a look at, just flagging so that you've not missed anything as we close 2025. So make sure you book onto that. Again, the registration link's under Docs for you. So it's all there. And you can also book in via Alto Skills as well. Like I said, you can watch webinars and book on there as well. But we'll also send a link for that webinar via the follow-up email that we sent you with the recording of this webinar. You'll also get that as well. Sorry, Mads. Over to you.
That's fine. Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I know that was quite a quick overview, and sometimes the letter side of it does take a bit more, and sometimes it's more beneficial having a one-to-one session. So please, there is a survey that I've just populated about a second ago. which you can, in there is one of the questions if you would require any further training with one of our training team, myself included, where we can really sort of go through it sort of step by step at a slower pace and a pace that suits you as well. And that's really it actually for today. Like Emma said, we are back next week. It's normally the end of December, but we know end of year is probably not going to work. So we thought we'd bring it back in at the beginning of December, and we are having an hours-long webinar. We're able to revisit lots of things that's happened over the past year, and we've got a couple of special guests joining as well. So that's from us, getting my words out. Wishing you the best Thursday, and see you all next week.
And please do fill in that feedback form as well as the survey, because if you don't scan the feedback form, then you won't be entered into the prize draw. So that's a key one for you. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your day, everyone. And thank you, Mads, for your fantastic overview. That was a proper one-to-one training session for me, I felt.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.